These magical art pieces, made of clay, commonly known as talavera, begin with the extraction of the clay in the local hills of Dolores Hidalgo, the cradle of national independence. The mud can be red or yellow in color, depending on the hill from which it is extracted. It is then taken to a mill where it undergoes a long mixing process which combines the clay with water and mineral additives. The finished product is a liquid mixture that will be used to form the talavera. The mixture is transferred to the artisan workshops where it is stored in large vats. The mixture is then poured into prefabricated molds. Each piece of talavera is different, therefore requiring its own unique and precise mold. The mold also absorbs the water from the clay mixture. The length of time the mixture is left in the mold depends on the size of the piece. The excess clay material is not discarded, on the contrary. It is stored in piles so that it can be reused for future pieces. This whole process usually takes 4 to 5 days for the pieces to dry in the shade. At this stage, they are said to be raw. Once the piece is removed from the mold, it is then carved, cleaned, and polished with perfect care by the skilled craftsman's hands. Everything must be impeccable and of the highest quality. The pieces are then taken to the first oven, where they are carefully arranged so that no piece touches another. This first oven is known as sancocho. The first pass through the oven eliminates gases and absorbs the remaining water, manipulating the pieces to a state that they can then receive the enamel that will follow. At this point, the pieces are very hard. They can now be handled and stored. It should be noted that this is a completely natural process. The clay comes from the hills and there are no chemicals used. Everything is organic. Unlike other types of pottery that often utilize chemicals, porcelain, or ceramic pastes. In the sancocho oven, the pieces will remain for 7 to 9 hours, depending on how many pieces are placed inside at the same time. The cooling time that follows can be up to 12 hours long. The pieces are then ready to trace, decorate, and glaze. Once the pieces come out of the sancocho oven, they will then spend some time in the cellar in preparation for the next process, which is the application of enamel. Enameling starts with wetting the piece with a sponge to remove all dust and impurities. This moisture is important so that the enamel adheres evenly. The piece is then immersed in the enamel, which must be a specific consistency, neither too thick nor too thin. Only the artisan's hands can tell when the piece has been fully enameled. These types of glazes are special. They are made from powdered ceramics that when fired in the oven become glass. The white enamel provides the base for decoration. The enameled piece is traced by hand, and the pencil strokes give it its own characteristic identity. Each piece is a combination of figures and forms that represent the artisan's creative feelings. Inspiration is drawn from flowers, birds, the sun, and nature in all its splendor. The artisan's talented hands embody all of this and through color give life to the pieces. Once completely decorated and painted, the pieces are taken to the second oven. It is here that the special powder will turn into a colored liquid glass and the painted colors will become intensified. end result is a true, natural, handmade work of art. What started as a simple piece of clay on the hill is transformed into beautiful talavera that continues to make its way into homes of people all around the world who appreciate quality craftsmanship.